I go to make a YouTube video, I tend to ask myself, if I was hanging out with a friend right now, what would I want to talk about? And right now, what I really want to talk about is Pinterest. And I was like, how can that be a video? And I'm like, you know what? It just can be. If people want to watch it, they can. And if they don't have to. I really want to talk about Pinterest and sharing, well, not talking about Pinterest specifically as a platform. There are some really good video essays about the complications of Pinterest if you're interested in that. We're going to look at my knitting and crochet inspiration on Pinterest. I would love for you, based on what you're seeing, if you can think of any recommendations for people I should be following or other sources of inspiration you think I would like, or just recommendations for projects, techniques, or even patterns based on what you're seeing in the style coming through. I welcome that, please. Thank you. And before like diving into all of this, I also want to show people how to do a reverse image search because there are going to be a lot of patterns and really interesting things that pop up as we talk about things, but I cannot possibly link all of this stuff in the description and it would just get lost in the sauce anyways. So if you are not familiar, you can do something called a reverse image search. And for people that don't know how to do it, this is for you. If you do know how to do it, skip ahead. You're good. So if at any point you're like, ooh, that looks interesting, I wonder if it's a pattern, what you're going to do is you're going to pause the video and then you're going to take a screenshot of whatever it is that you're interested in. And because I'm currently using my screenshot tool to record the screen right now, I can't do that, but I already have one saved so I can still show you. But screenshot whatever it is that you're interested in and then go to Google. And then you're going to click on this button here, which is search by image. So you can do what's called a reverse image search. So you have the option to upload a file. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop the image that I was interested in based on the video. And it's going to pull up a whole bunch of links. And basically I'm going to look for Ravelry or Etsy or a personal website oftentimes. But I would start by looking at Ravelry or Etsy because it's probably your best bet. So in this case, it's Etsy and it takes you right to the pattern. Not everything I'm going to show is going to be a pattern. In fact, a lot of the stuff isn't, but this will help you out if you find something that you're interested in. Okay, with that being said, let's go to Pinterest. Okay, my Pinterest is not super organized, so I just have a big crafts board and then a couple different subsections. So all of my knitting and crocheting information goes into the same board because a lot of it has overlapping inspiration. I don't know about you. I feel bad. Like, I don't want to directly copy stuff, but like, look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. Duplicate stitch that. Okay, I pinned this pair of mittens because I like that they're two different motifs, one on each mitten. I don't know why I haven't thought about doing that, but I'm so indecisive. So this would be a really interesting way for me to be able to do like two things that I want to do in one project. Although I'm indecisive enough as is, so do I really need more options? We're just going to be bouncing all over the place, by the way. One thing that I've been really into lately is looking at embroidery on knitting. From a process perspective, I am not a huge fan of embroidery. I don't feel like I'm very good at it, and it takes a very long time. But I love how it looks, so I kind of want to try to maybe do it a little bit, especially to spice up some pretty like basic projects that I'm working on, because sometimes I just want to make a stockinette pair of mittens and not put a lot of effort into it, and then maybe later come back to it and add some like really cute embroidery. I have a ton of granny square stuff pinned, by the way, because I just got done with my video where I did this granny square vest and I could not get enough inspiration because I was so indecisive. So there's a lot of granny square stuff on here. Okay, this is really cute. Is this a pattern? No, it's not. Okay, they're just selling it. That's really cute. This is my board, so I'm going to say that about everything. I don't know when I'm going to suck it up and finally do like a really interesting duplicate stitch project because, oh my gosh, there's so many. And I don't know why, but anytime I see duplicate stitch or just like a motif or image of fish on a knit piece, instantly it's going on my Pinterest. I also want to do color changing like this, but who has the scraps? Who has the scraps for that? I don't. I don't have that many interesting colors. Maybe I should start saving up. Okay, I don't know if I would ever make something like this, but sculptural knitting and sculptural crochet is so fascinating to me. I really want to look into specific artists and seeing who's out there. I certainly could not afford. This is probably selling for like $2,000. Maybe more. It's not showing me. That's all right. I don't need to know what I can't afford. But like, look at how cool that is. I doubt that's hand knit though. That's got to be made on a machine, right? Like there's no way. Okay, what do we think about this? from like a structural perspective? What are our thoughts? Oh my gosh, I need to look at this. Okay, so I started knitting a sweater using some scrap yarn I have on hand, and I was so into it, and I got really far. Like I finished the body, and all I have left to do is the sleeves, but I'm not feeling that into it anymore because I tried to do jogless striping, which is very difficult to do when I just did one row stripes. And I love the visual impact of that aesthetically, and I didn't want to stray and do more than one row, like maybe do 2 rows like this. But the jogless stripe method that I used for one row stripes is, it just creates this weird line around the back that I could try and finagle it to make it look a little bit more hidden, but I don't love it. So I think I should just lean into it and do something like this. So I should really check out this pattern, the glitch sweater, because I don't mind that. Like I think there's some interior design advice where it's like, if you can't hide it, make it a feature. And this is definitely a solid example of that. I keep pinning basket weave sweaters. I still have yet to do one. I'll get to it eventually, I swear. Okay, where would I wear it? I don't have the confidence, but avant-garde knitting is my favorite thing. I could look at images like this all day long. It's so cool, especially because you don't have to knit the whole base sweater if you don't want to. You can just knit the pieces like and stick them on. Okay, real quick. I know it's not knitting or crochet, but look at that woman's skirt. Look at her skirt. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, see what I mean? Avant-garde. I love the avant-garde style, but I just don't prioritize it when I go to make stuff, which needs to change. Okay, I saw this top from We Are Knitters, and let's see if they have more of this. No, they don't. I love this top. It is so cute. I know I have images further down of it as well from the front. It's so cute, but it kind of looks like it wouldn't be all that comfortable for me. I don't know. Could I do a knit version? I like it with crochet. I like that texture, but I'm so scared of doing this. This looks like double crochet. And I'm so scared of doing a double crochet project because I'm so worried about it being like stiff and overly thick. Okay, I have a question. This one, I don't know. I don't know about it. It's opening up a lot of questions in my head. So I want to ask all the parents out there. What do you think of this? Do you find that would be practical at all? Do you think you would use it more than once a year? Because I could see it being interesting if you're like going to a winter festival outside and you're worried like your kid's gonna stray away from you, just having a rule with them of like, keep your hand in the mitten and we'll hold hands and walk our way through it, as a way to have like a leash kid, but maybe a little bit more voluntary than a leash kid. I don't know. But the other thing is, this could be a little pocket for hand warmers. You just stick your little hand warmer in there. Yeah, would you use this at all? I'm pretty sure you could also do this with like 2 adult hands if you're in that loving of a relationship, if you just love holding hands. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, going back. Okay, isn't this cute? How cute is this? You have the, I think it's seed stitch, it might not be, with the duplicate stitch chickens on the other side, so it's like they're eating up all the stuff and they're like cleaning up their little section. How adorable is that? Okay, I did pin this. I want it for myself, not for a child. I want to wear a crown on my head. And you know what, confession? I watched Riverdale when it came out. I only made it, I think, 3 or 4 seasons in before I stopped watching, but I really liked the first season, and I was still into it the second season, and I'm pretty sure by season 3 they kind of lost me, but I only say that because it looks like Jughead's hat, his knit hat. Can you tell I have a thing for scrappy looking scrunchies? I have a hard time with scrunchies. I love them. I love wearing them. And I want like a billion hand knit scrunchies in my life. But I have such a hard time sitting down and being like, we're knitting a scrunchie. We're casting it on. We're doing it. Ooh, I forgot about this one. Okay, I should actually make these for coat hangers for a closet because they like slip off and fall down all the time. In my closet, for my stuff, I like to use the felt hangers. I use that for everything. I have such a pet peeve about things falling off. I would rather take an extra second to take it off the hanger than have to deal with stuff falling on the floor all the time. I love freeform crochet. I love looking at it, and I think I'm just waiting to collect enough scrap yarn in order to actually make a freeform crochet sweater. But like, they're all so fun, and you just get to mess around with it and play. That's the thing. Ooh, I like that. I also like this. I like all of this. Um, I don't remember what I was saying, so clearly it did not matter. Oh yeah, I pin a lot of like pixel art or cross stitch patterns so that I could potentially make a knitting pattern with that image on it or duplicate stitch because I kind of want to buy, because like, okay, here's the deal with knitting. I do not like doing projects that are smaller than 2.75 millimeter needles, and anything smaller than a 3.75, I still have a hard time signing up for if I'm doing a sweater. But I like the idea of like buying or thrifting like a machine knit, a store-bought machine knit, smaller gauge sweater, and then spending a lot of time doing a cross stitch or duplicate stitch pattern on top of it. Like, there's just so many ideas, and I think I would have such a hard time picking. Okay, look at these. Aren't they fun? That's so funny. I should make these. I really should make these. Do I have any black yarn? I don't think I do. I don't knit black stuff all that often. No, I do. I definitely do. Oh my gosh. Yes, I have some. This will be perfect. I have some Drops Daisy, and I think I have some Drops Daisy in black and in cream. I could totally make those. That's the worst thing about crafting and doing a slow craft is like you want to make all the things, but each thing takes like a month to make. It's hard to pick. Yeah, I want to get into different crochet stitch types and doing, like, there's so many cool things you can do with crochet, and I have barely even dipped my toes in. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. I feel like we're going to start seeing fantasy and Renaissance fashion become a little bit more popular. It's been doing it a little bit with cottagecore, but I think it's going to ease into more fantasy-based stuff, and so I think we're going to see more clothing items and patterns coming out that look or follow that sort of vibe, and I think this outfit and that sweater really fits in that vibe. I'm totally going to make a chunky scarf. When I first learned how to knit, I was in 5th grade and I took an after school class on knitting, which was so awesome. Thank you, Mom, for signing me up for that. And basically, at the time when you were a beginner, at least when I was, all I really knew how to do was scarves, and that's all I really thought there was. Like maybe people do hats as well, but I'd only seen the hats where you basically do a rectangle or a tube and then you like cinch it up at the top. I didn't know how to decrease. So since learning how to knit over the past 10 years, I just haven't wanted to look at scarves or touch scarves. So the closest I've gotten to it is making a Sophie scarf, which I don't count because I do not wear that as a scarf. I wear it as a headband or I tie it in a bow on my purse. But I am like, maybe there's a lot of cute scarves out there and I really don't have any scarves in my closet. So I'm wanting to. So I think I'm going to start with something chunky and go from there because that's a good opportunity for me to have a chunkier knit item. There's not a lot of times where I want a chunky knit, but that would be good because scarves, I feel like they're deceptively large and I feel like I'm going to make one and be like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. I pinned this just to be like, how talented. I'm never going to make that, but I want it. Some people are so talented. Okay, so from doing this sweater vest, I have some leftover granny squares, and I'm kind of debating making something inspired by this Free People sweater where I do the top half. It's not going to look exactly like this, but doing the top half and sleeves as knitting and then just having the body portion be granny squares. That could be cool. That could be cool for people that want to do like a combination of the two projects, and I love when you combine knitting and crochet. They both just elevate each other so much. I feel like knitting makes crochet look a little bit more polished, like in the case of my knitting edges on this granny square vest. And then I feel like crochet makes knitting more fun. They just influence each other in the best way. That dress is cute, but I would never wear it because I'm not confident. I don't think I'm going to make this vest, even though it is so freaking cute. But I do want to self-draft a cabled like sweater vest because I think I have some like cherry red cotton merino yarn, and I think that would be a really cute way to do that because self-drafting with cables is so easy and so fun. Like it's challenging, but it's a fun challenge. I'm also really into cotton cabling. I don't know if this is made of cotton, but it gave me that vibe of like high stitch definition, and it just is so fun with it's made casual. Like I like when you combine also cabling with a rolled hem because it cabling can look very sophisticated in my mind at least. And then the rolled hem makes it more casual and just styled like this. It's so beachy summer. Adore it because this is the kind of thing like an oversized cotton or a cotton merino blend sweater with cables. I would wear it all the time as like pajamas. This dress is really cute. Also, Aurora, love her. The Seed is like my favorite song of all time. And so I loved this music video in collaboration that she did with, is it Jacob Collier? I do not know how to say his last name. I'm sorry. There's a little hair in my tea. Thank you, Pippin, for sharing your hair with me. But Aurora wore this. This isn't a good picture of it. Yeah, here's a better picture. This, I think it's called a Bolero. Which is a fairly, I would say that's a bulky weight yarn, and it wouldn't take too long to make. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. I kind of want to make a bolero, but I'm scared. And then those mittens, they're so cute. She's a fashion icon. Ooh, if you haven't heard of them before, there's this company, the Boston, what is it? Yeah, Boston Fiber Company, and they do something called doodle decks, where they give you like colorwork motifs and they do them in themes. So this is their Halloween deck. And I just thought that that's such a cute idea. That's such a cute idea because you can apply those to anything. And for anyone wanting to self-draft their own color work, I'm going to do that soon. I highly recommend everyone give it a try because it's just fun. I would recommend maybe trying to follow a pattern if you're going to do stranded color work or doing a stranded color work project before diving into making your own. Okay, is that not cute? Is that not so cute? Also, I love these pockets, these exposed pockets on the front. Oh, that's really cute. I'm getting distracted. All right, let's talk about ponchos. Let's talk about them because they're going to pop up. I had a poncho when I was a kid, but I loved it. And they weren't cute. I never got complimented on it, I don't think. And I don't think they were very in. They were definitely very out at a certain point in my teenage years, where you would not be caught dead in a poncho. But I think they're going to start coming back slowly, and we're starting to see that a little bit. So I'm looking. This one I would not make only because it would take me forever. But there's some shorter ponchos that I would consider making, again, because I go on walks all the time, and I live in a climate where it's about 16 degrees Celsius throughout the winter. Like, I guess I don't know Celsius all that well, but I think it's between 14 and 16 degrees Celsius. And for the Americans, it's like 40 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the entire winter. It's so nice. As someone that grew up in a colder climate where it's like -10 throughout the winter, it's so nice. And I haven't had to wear a winter, like I'll go a whole winter without even touching my winter jacket. So I kind of want to play around with outerwear with knitting and crochet. So I'll get to a poncho eventually. Okay, I really want to do a double crochet sweater at some point in time, and I'm leaning towards having it be scrappier, but I'm so scared of doing it and having it be really stiff and thick. I'm worried it's gonna be really stiff, so if I did that, I think I would, or did this, then I would have to find a really drapey yarn to do it with. So if you have any really drapey yarn recommendations, hit me up. I have a couple pins that kind of fall in this arena of using multiple strands of yarn to, I don't even know if this is hand knit, but using multiple strands of yarn to create this really, really interesting color look. Sorry, we had a stray cat on our balcony the other day, and I have this like blurring film, so anytime I sense motion, my eyes instantly are like, is the stray cat back? I hope so, they're so cute. Yeah, but I also don't really wear a lot of bulky knits all that often, so I don't really know how I would go about doing this. I'd have to get some really thin yarn in a lot of different colors, so that could get expensive real fast. I already made something like this. I really like it. I use it all the time, so I could really go for making another one. Although it took forever. I was surprised by how long it took. Halibut sweater, just in different color combos than I did, but I love this color combo for the halibut sweater. Me and my husband have matching black halibut sweaters with white contrast color, and then made a matching one for our cats. This is a fun way to use scrap yarn if you have different amounts. I really hope that, I think I'm starting to see a trend of mismatched socks like coming through in the knitting world, and I'm really into them, especially when they have like a little something in common, like this little stripe in the middle here. See what I mean about the multiple strands and the like quick color changing. This is obviously store-bought, but look at this. Is this, I think it's selling the actual product. Yeah, it's not a pattern. But I love the picot edge because there's a couple different ways to go about doing knit scrunchies. And the first time I did it, I had a really big seam and I didn't like the look of it. And so I like didn't really want to lean into doing it, and whatever. But I like that they did a crochet, I think it's crochet picot edge, maybe it's knit, that makes that seam a feature. Again, if you can't hide it, make it a feature. I kind of want to try a bonnet. I think I'm going to try and do that soon. I don't know if I would hate myself in a bonnet though, because it feels like something that's meant for children. Like for some reason, balaclavas, they just look like a knit hoodie to me. So I can get behind that a little bit more, but knit bonnets, I have a harder time with knowing how I would style it. That one looked like Handmaid's Tale. It was cute. Okay, look at this. I want to do this for sure. This is definitely, yeah, the Hope slip over. Using cabling on the edges, that's genius. I've seen that on a couple different patterns before. Beautiful. And then this is so simple and delicate, and I should do this. I'm going to say that about everything. There's a reason these are all pinned on my Pinterest. Look at it. It's so cute. It's not so cute. Just a little I-cord bow sewn on. So simple. These are so cute. Oh my gosh. Scandinavian folk is very in right now in the world of interior design, and we're going to see that spreading over into knitting and crochet. We already are, but more so. I want to do a pair of knit socks that replicate this, because this is such a cool pattern. Like, these are not knit socks. These are just, it's advertising for the shoe, which is such a cute shoe. This whole outfit, digging it. But yeah, I want to do this in a knit sock. Okay, this was that crochet top that I was talking about the other day. It's so cute, but I just worry that it would be too stiff for me. I don't know. Look at that sleeve. Look at that sleeve. That's gorgeous. Yeah, tapestry crochet. I'll get to it. There's too many things I want to do. That's like the theme for this video, is there's so many things I want to do. I'm really fired up to do a side-by-side project. I know Laura Penrose, I think, is planning to release her Midland cardigan soon, if she hasn't already, which is a side-to-side project in, I think, garter stitch, and maybe I'll give that one a try. I want to make a cute oven mitt. I currently don't have cute oven mitts. And felting, obviously getting into felting. How would you even do this color change? It's so stunning. What did they do? It says it's made of cashmere. If so, that's awesome. Also, look at this neckline. It doesn't look like it's, I guess it probably is sewn down, but it doesn't really look like it's sewn down. This is, if I were to make a poncho, this is probably what I would want to go for, something like this. Look at it with the big wide leg pants. Oh my gosh. In the stables, because we all just have access to stables. Isn't that adorable? It reminds me of the Lydia Morrow pattern, which I'm totally going to make for myself. Ooh, I forgot about this one. We're getting older and older now, so there's some that I'm forgetting about. I like this. Okay, hear me out. Duplicate stitch on a sweater. Come on. I may or may not be doing something like this in the future. We'll see. I love it. So we'll see. Some technique stuff I never look at. I actually made something that looks very similar to this that I never showed because I didn't love the way it turned out. You'll see it. I'll do a like everything I knit in 2024 review where I try everything on. So you'll get to see it. I want to make something like this. Okay. I don't normally love granny stitch projects where it's a solid color with just granny stitch, but I love this, and I think this would be especially really cute with a picot edge. I don't think they did a picot edge on here. Could be cool. My face has probably looked ridiculous this entire time because I'm staring at my screen. I'm sorry. I should give you more eye contact. You're probably staring at this stuff too, though. It's probably over here. I love the color combo here. The red, the pink, and the white, and I would like to throw in orange if I was doing this as well, like a pumpkin orange. Or instead of doing red for this, having that be like a reddish orange color. I think that's a really cute color combo. Also, this is one of those things, I would never wear it. I don't see myself wearing this. I don't see myself looking good in this and it would highlight all the wrong parts. But I love it. It's so cute. I like this. This is such a neat little detail. There's so many things where I'm like, wow, it's so simple, but I don't think I would have thought of that. This is older stuff. Yeah. It's cute. I don't know if this would take me a long time to make, so I don't know. But I do like the handle situation. I think I still want to do a crochet backpack. If I were to do a backpack, I would definitely crochet it instead of knitting it. I would probably do it in a cotton, but I could do that. I think I would just have the straps be like actual straps that I would buy online, like leather straps, and sew them on. This is a Lydia Morrow pullover pack. These are all really cute. Oh, there's the little guy. Oh, the little guy. Isn't he cute? Bookmarks. But I don't really read that many books all at once. I'm a pretty monogamous reader, so I don't know if I would use for that. I love this. Absolutely adore it. I should make it. I keep talking myself out of it every single time, but I still love it, so I don't know. Okay, I just pinned this because it was impressive. I can't make this. Like, I can't micro crochet. That's never gonna happen. That would take me so long to make. Oh my gosh. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Yeah. Okay, I've had these pinned forever. This was one of the first like patterns that I saw for knitting, and I just fell in love. There's some patterns that just kind of take my breath away for a second, and it's weird, and I can't explain why this as compared to all the other things that you've seen, but this, it always just takes my breath away. I don't think I want to try micro crochet. I like this. I think that's really cute. This looks like something you could buy at a craft fair. But I feel like I would just get really frustrated with micro crochet. Okay, I love this. I love this outfit. Feels very, very, very Scandinavian. I think there's a skein deer pattern that she has that kind of reminds me of this. It starts with a K. I can't pronounce it because it's not an English word. Let's see if we can find it. Is it a cardigan pattern? Oh, yeah, here we are. Haha, Google remembers. Yes. This one gives me that vibe, so I would do this one. This one also, I like that color combo. Yeah, I want to do it with a white base and then do a dark, like navy contrast color. Yeah, I don't think anyone's done that. So I would do that color combo with like this really dark, almost black. It might actually be black on hers, because this totally captures that vibe to me. For sure. Ooh, I like the yellow. I'm getting distracted. I like this, the idea of creating like a framed art piece. I'm working on some art for my bedroom, and I think this would be a good idea because it would take, oh my gosh, the cats, they love each other so much. Dang it. No, go back to being in love. But anyways, this would make a really good frame piece, and I could color coordinate it to the colors in the room. Yeah. I also love these, the vortex. It's a pattern. I should look at that, the vortex throw. I think that would be really cool. And I like the spiral crochet. Anything, like just making 2 of these panels and doing a bag out of it would be enough for me. I don't need to do a whole blanket. Yeah, there's a lot of like scrappy crochet tops that I want to make, but I don't have enough scraps. That's the thing. Oh, there's that ruffly bit again. I guess I really, really wanted it. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. I wish I was that creative. I know that people sometimes look at the stuff I do and they're like, oh, I wish I could do that. I say that too. I'm sorry. I know I call people out for saying that, but I say that too. I wish I could do that. I can. I could. I shouldn't limit myself. This would make a fun little rug situation. Or just like an art piece on the wall, like if you get it framed, like properly framed. Yeah. This is cool. Is that texture not super cool? Could you imagine that being translated into a wedding dress? I could totally see it. It'd be so cool. Yep, I love this. Absolutely love it. This is one of the first things that I pinned where I was like, I need to do crochet, like a crochet top, and I need to do freeform crochet, and I need it to look like that. I would love to do a really open, like, crochet situation like this. I have so many different inspirations saved on different platforms, but like so cute. I think this is cool as like a beach cover up. I wouldn't do the whole set because I'm afraid of crocheting and using yarn for swimwear personally. I don't really need that, in my life, but I like the idea of doing a cover up like this. It doesn't leave much to the imagination, but it is fun. And I bet it honestly wouldn't take all that long for a piece of that size because I'm guessing it's floor length. Ooh, I know some people that have done this pattern and they say that they really like it. I know someone watching right now, you've made it and you really liked it. And someone mentioned that this was like a really good granny square project for people that don't want to do a billion granny squares. You can just do a couple. And I like how oversized it is. I have it pinned. I've had it pinned for a while. I might consider doing this. I wouldn't make this set. She looks like she's a trust fund, and I'm pinning it mostly because I really like when you do a granny square project and all the granny squares look identical. I think that that's really cute, and I like the scalloped edging on this. This looks like a larky bagger. Yep, it is. You can tell from the way that hemline curves down. I've had her book for ages. I love flipping through it. It's so fun. And I love traumatizing people that visit my house that look through it because of her topless picture in the knitting book. Iconic. But I still haven't done a larky bagger pattern because they require so much scrap yarn. So I've just been saving up scrap yarn for ages. I'll get to it. It's just going to take a while to save up that many. And if I do make one of her patterns, I know what one I want to make, and I want to make it huge. Super oversized. Okay, again, I would never wear anything this bulky, but those colors are to die for. This, like, it looks like a sherbet something. I want to eat it. I love it. Okay, this looks like the one I'm wearing. This is, yeah. Very, very similar. I'm digging it. Oh, I pinned this for the color combos. Don't those colors look so good together? This looks like it's mohair, but if I were to do it, I would do it in Drops Air because I think Drops Air has some somewhat similar colors available. And this is really cool. I love the comment. Like, it's bright but pastel. I love it. Yeah, and the super open weave. This looks like it took some patience. Beautiful. This is the kind of thing where it's like, why does no one wear that to the Met Gala? Why? Seriously, I am like really into high fashion and I absolutely am one of those people. I look through all the images after the Met Gala of all the different looks that people do, and I love seeing different red carpet looks in general, but I'm kind of disappointed with how lackluster it is. Like, it's the fashion event of the year in the United States. Why are we not having more fun with it? Where are the fiber arts being represented? Why are we not seeing more interesting like chainmail looks? And why are people not having more fun with that? Fiber arts, like, we need to represent at high fashion events. Crochet can be stunning and elegant, and I feel like when we see it on the red carpet, it's usually something where it's like, okay, I totally could have made that. I should look up some like crochet and knitting red carpet looks. That could totally be a video. But I'm just disappointed that there's not more of it, because when it's done, it's awesome. And there's so many cool things that you can do. My goodness. Like, could you not see this translated into like an actual red carpet look? Like, if you converted this top into a full gown or use this as the top portion of a dress, or like showed up. Yeah. Sorry, I will die on this hill. We need to see more high fashion knitting and crochet and fiber arts in general. It's the Met Gala. If I was designing for the Met Gala, that would be my main focus for an entire year. I would drop everything in my life and be like, this is what I'm doing. This is my shot to make art. Wearable art. It baffles the mind. Okay, isn't this beautiful? I don't think it's a pattern. Yeah, it's not. They're not even selling the vest. Look at that. That's totally doable. That's crochet, totally doable. It's an interesting take on the corset trend because corsets were really popular for a while. I'm also surprised there were some interesting knit and crochet corsets out there. There are some patterns, but there's not as many as I thought there would be. Not very many people stepped up to the challenge. There was one I was watching, I wish I could remember the video. but it was goth knitting patterns, and she did a really good job. Let's see if we can find it. Sorry, we've totally divulged here, but YouTube. Here it is, this one. She showed a corset pattern. Let's see if we can find it in here that I think actually included boning, and it was so cool. Where are ya? Here it is. Okay, look at that. I really enjoyed this video, by the way. You should check out our channel. But I think there's, yeah, boning in there, and that's such a cool way of doing a corset because you can actually make it really interesting. That could be high fashion as well. Come on, people. I love looking at crochet blankets and knit blankets. I'm probably never going to do one because who's got the patience? Not me. Tony Lipsy, I applaud you so much for all the blankets that you make. I can't. I have done one knitting blanket. It's huge. I have a whole video about it. Spoiler alert, I might reknit it again, so just look out for that. It's still too big. I reknit it because I think I did it too big, and then it got too big the other way. I'll get it right eventually. My camera just died, and by camera I mean phone. So I'm gonna end it here because I kept going on for a very long time before realizing that my phone died, which is probably a good thing. So I made it about halfway through my Pinterest board for knitting and crochet inspiration. So if you were into this, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing the rest of them. The older they get, the more unique they get because I've definitely mellowed out my style a little bit. So there's definitely some really interesting stuff like coming later. So yeah, I think if a couple people like this, then I'll do another, like a part 2. And then also let me know if you'd be interested in seeing one where I go through different forms of media. So doing one for Instagram, doing one for all the books I have, one for all the magazines, and just like the various sources of like knitting and crochet inspiration. Because I can never get enough of inspiration. Like, I know it's kind of a thing where you shouldn't get too much, otherwise you get overwhelmed, but there's never too much. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Have a good day.